I want to talk about a truly bizarre story now.
What on earth is this Jacky Jhaj guy doing? Disgusting human being.
Where is he getting this money from? Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stunts.
All of a sudden, I'm hearing explosions.
He's alleged to have hired the theme park, and Disneyland Paris say they were deceived.
I'm blaming the teachers. How could the guy be 10 feet away?
So he was really that close?
He was really that close.
Yo, what's good? We're back with another one.
It's showtime.
This is the story of Jacky Jhaj, the deranged who filmed himself grooming kids and also having relations with them. The man who faked a funeral as a prank and hired child actors for a premiere. The man who released a barely comprehensible book and got YouTubers to promote it.
In the world of Juliasmin Trinity.
And it's called Juliasmin Trilogy.
It is a book that is ready to pre-order.
I'm going to be following this tightly.
The man who caused havoc as he nearly blew up the O2.
It pretty much started off with just a content day. We linked up with Prince, a couple of other rappers. We went to get some food, we did some promo for our songs, and then we were freestyling. Then during the freestyle, all of a sudden, I'm hearing explosions. And then we heard another one again, and then I checked, I ran towards it, and I just see a massive fire.
Yo, you man, I'm at the O2 right now. Something crazy just happened. We heard 3 explosions.
These explosions were loud, I haven't heard that noise before.
What the fuck? Who is this guy?
You won't believe the things he's done, bro.
I want to talk about a truly bizarre story now. Mystery is priest arrives for a service at one of London's most historic churches, only to find the mourners are actors. The coffin is empty. The dead man might not be, and the whole thing was apparently organised by a So a London priest arrived to conduct a funeral at one of the capital's most historic churches, only to find the mourners were fake and the coffin was empty. The mystery left locals in one of the capital's most exclusive boroughs baffled. This is a lavish funeral due to take place at the London Oratory Roman Catholic Church in South Kensington. I've actually passed it myself. It is very swish. There was a horse-drawn hearse, 2 luxury vintage cars, men in top hats, a full choir, and a church full of photos of a young man. There was even a director filming the day. Yet the funeral was cancelled when the priest leading the service was stunned to find the body was missing from the coffin and the mourners were paid actors. Amy Fisher, what on earth is going on here?
Apparently it was also a paid setup costing some thousands of pounds, and the funeral directors earlier in the week put out a statement saying they had been paid. So somebody is quite literally paid thousands of pounds
to set up a fake,
this fake,
but not sort of for a film or something. Just
because apparently that bit is true that there was a missing 23-year-old Latvian man, but there's sort of been other reporting that the guy who organised all of this has previously done something in Leicester Square. Where
is this the man who's the
alleged
the organizer? Yes, sorry, it's in quotes.
The organizer apparently he did something earlier in the year where he sort of had a red carpet in and hired some 9-year-old children to be applauding him as though he were a film star.
That must have cost a fortune.
Yeah, bro. He didn't even know him. He was an extra in one of his videos.
In a sick and twisted turn of events, Jacky then organised a fake funeral for this man. Jacky Jhaj had a man named Laurus Zaubi in his music video. He was in the background and was most likely a hired extra. A while later, Laurus had gone missing in his home country of Latvia. In a sick and twisted turn of events, Jacky then organised a fake funeral for this man. There was a hearse, a choir, and an attendance. Now, during this time, an investigation was still happening, so nobody knew if this man was actually dead or alive. Either way, the funeral was set to go ahead until the father, Rupert McHardy, stopped the funeral when he realised there was no body in the coffin. This is just another sick, twisted and odd event that Jacky did in the public.
Can't get my head round why anyone would do that.
It's gonna get a lot crazier, bro.
Jacky Jhaj was found guilty of activity with 2-year-olds in the UK in 2016. The BBC has previously investigated how he was able to hire hundreds of children to act as his fawning fans at a fake film premiere in London's Leicester Square in 2023. Some children hired from casting agencies were as young as 6. Teenage girls said they'd been asked to scream and touch him without being told his identity by the agencies. A year later, in 2024, Jhaj was interrupted giving gifts to children outside dance auditions for another production. He was recognised by a parent who'd seen the BBC's report. Following our investigations, Jhaj was then filmed posing naked in front of a mocked-up BBC News lorry in London, which had been set on fire. The Metropolitan Police says Jhaj is on the offenders register and wanted for breaches of his restrictions. The French prosecutor says the Ukrainian girl was not harmed or forced to play the role.
This guy thinks he's the fucking Joker.
The Joker ain't a nonce, bro.
Picture above is Jacky, butt naked in the middle, being recorded by a crew while a car is on fire in front of the BBC News lorry. These are very, very, very prominent places where he pulls these stunts in Europe. He's able to get casting and crew and some more stuff, and nobody knows the source of the money. Is he selling drugs? Is he got a secret ring going on where he's getting money? Where is he getting this money from? Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stunts. And the people that are on this cast and crew, because he's been being investigated for 2 years by the BBC, when people in the cast and crew, when they went and asked him like, hey, how do you know this guy? Did he pay you? One of the cast and crew members was like, he's my friend. What is really going on here? These huge elaborate stunts that are coming out of nowhere to bring him around underage people. He'll hire child actors and hire a whole bunch of them. This is him in a disguise. Literally in a disguise. Because like I said, they've been researching him and hunting him for a while trying to get him. Here's a photo of a bunch of teens that he hired to do a music video, and that's why the kids' faces are covered, and he's able to bring them all out. You see this car looks expensive. That is the root of the story to me. Where is he getting the money for these stunts?
That's a massive production. How's he know how to set up a shoot like that?
That could be where the money comes from, bro. Might have family in the film industry.
If you go on his YouTube, there were videos that have millions of views. I'm like, he's not a famous singer, he's not a famous actor. What is going on? These are pictures of him shown with crazy artillery. Like, who is this guy? How is he able to get away with this kind of stuff? And why is he getting millions of views? Let me show you his YouTube page. Now, they say he has had several pages, and throughout the years, a lot of the videos have been wiped. But even here, 7 years ago, one of his songs with a little girl's eyes. Do you see what I'm saying? It's some real dark stuff going on. And it's giving me Pizzagate where he got this money from. You know what I mean? But it's got 2.8 million views. Who's watching that? Who's the audience? What is going on here? Even this picture of him being taken into custody, the kittens on the shirt scared me. It's something very dark and sinister and weird and like creepy about this guy. He's in prison now, but I would like to know more on how we even got to this in the first place.
There's no way he's a fucking gangster.
Nah, bro. It's all fake with paid actors.
What you're about to hear is a series of tweets. They are most likely all entirely made by Jacky, but the contents of these tweets are grisly. It starts with a tweet from an account called Ashley V. Kemp. Jacky Jhaj and 2 baby mamas shot. Then another account called Carlson Ekleb says, poor girls, should have run from Jalila when they had the chance, and then shows 2 images. Yeah, that's Jacky, look, you see the horrific beard. The next post is unavailable, but has a response from Matt Capino. He says, yeah, that's definitely the first one. Jalila's baby mamas need to all start running. If it was that easy to pull a £750,000 ransom from him, every criminal across the country is going to be on him, with this video attached. Barbara M. Warley joins the conversation to say, it cost Jalila $250,000 to get the above girl back. I don't think he knew they had another one until this one was released. His swift response to the first had them demand $500,000 for the other. Pure movie stuff. You wouldn't believe it if it wasn't logged on the World Wide Web, and then shows 3 images. And it's a Bitcoin transfer of $451,000, $18,000, and $231,000. Shows the wallet.
Why would him paying a ransom make him look good? Why would he make that up?
He's crazy, bro. He hired Disneyland for a fake wedding.
British man has been charged in connection with organising a fake wedding at Disneyland Paris involving a 9-year-old girl. French prosecutors were called to the theme park on Saturday, and they say he's a wanted offender. Layla Hayes has been looking into the story. Layla, what more do we know about this?
Well, Catherine, this is a really disturbing case. The man in question is 39-year-old Jacky Jhaj. He is a convicted offender who is wanted in the UK, and he's been charged in France in connection with a fake marriage ceremony at Disneyland Paris. As you say, he's alleged to have hired the theme park for several hours for the stunt, and Disneyland Paris say they were deceived. French police say he was planning to play the role of a fake groom. Police were called to the park by someone who said they'd been hired to play the father of the bride and had realised at the last minute that the bride was in fact a 9-year-old Ukrainian girl who'd arrived in France with her mother 2 days before this mock ceremony. Now, a woman also told French media that she was hired to play the role of a guest and couldn't believe her eyes when she realised that the bride for this fake wedding was in fact a child.
Moi, j'ai vu une enfant.
I saw a child wearing all white. I saw the hair done in curls, and I saw a woman who picked her up in her arms. And only then I was shocked. I burst into tears because I realised I was looking at a child. It was horrific.
This is sick. How did he get anyone to show up?
He put out ads, bro. They didn't know it was going to be a kid.
What on earth is this Jacky Jhaj guy doing? Disgusting human being. Now let me get into more of the article. Now, the location, they've got a location there. Transport insured. A private bus will leave the centre of Paris at 4:15 for an arrival at 5. Payment, £200 per person. How's this guy funding this? Profiles wanted, 100 kids, 5 to 15-year-old. Oh my God. 200 adults, 16 to 80 years old. Dress code, very elegant evening outfit required in black and white only. Suit, evening dress, tuxedo, etc. Event context. There is a high-end wedding rehearsal with 300 guests already in attendance. The extras will have to stand up, sit and applaud and play their part in a prestigious gathering. Absolute confidentiality required. The project is intended for private/professional use, not broadcasted. Conditions apply. Be available alone or with family. Be available alone, it says, or with family on June 21st. Own an elegant black and or white outfit. Being flexible, punctual, and comfortable with morning hours. How to apply? Disgusting, bro.
Tell me he got banged up for this.
He's awaiting trial in Paris, bro.
This is 39-year-old British man Jay, and I can't pronounce his last name. Now, I can tell you based on some quick research that it costs about 150 grand to rent out Disney for a wedding. That doesn't include things like this ridiculous castle cake, it doesn't include the string quartet, and it doesn't include the 100 guests who were paid actors that he paid to be there. And I can also tell you that as a social media creator, there is no world where I see a video like what he's trying to do here making him $200,000. As soon as the bride came out, Disney staff noticed that she was alarmingly young and immediately stopped the ceremony and called the authorities. When the authorities arrived, they found this little girl scared and confused in a full wedding dress, 5-inch heels, just very nervous about everything. Apparently, the paid actors were also equally shocked and dismayed because they didn't expect that this was going to be happening and they didn't know that it was going to be a 9-year-old girl. Jay has been arrested and detained, along with a 24-year-old woman who was posing to be the little girl's sister, as well as the girl's 41-year-old mother and some 55-year-old Latvian man who was just recruited to help with the ceremony.
This keeps getting crazier.
You haven't seen his book yet, bro. We paid a load of YouTubers to advertise it.
If you love to read, honestly, there's a new book series out called Gilly's Men Trinity. And if you love the Harry Potter series, you are going to genuinely love this.
If you guys like Harry Potter, just wait till you read Gilly's Men Trinity.
I don't know how many of you guys actually read the Harry Potter series, but you might freak out. There's a new series out called Gilly's Men Trinity.
Okay, this is my favorite book of all time. and it's called the Gillesman Trinity. Trinity! Woo! Gillesman, so sick.
Gillesman Trinity op je map.
Gillesman Trinity, that book is absolutely wicked.
It's blowing my mind. One of the best stories I've ever read. You have to check it out.
I'm sure you guys heard about it. It's all over social media right now, isn't it? It's like a big deal.
It's popping.
It's going to be part of this new franchise, and everybody's going to be reading it. So why don't you guys, you, go order it right now.
Gillesman Trinity is available for order, so get the book and read it with me.
I'm actually, I did performing arts at college. I'd love to see this book acted out because I think it's absolutely amazing.
They should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Most YouTubers will sell you any old shit just to get a sponsored deal.
We don't do sponsors, bro. Thanks to our channel members.
Yeah, if you want to support the channel, just hit the like button. If you want to become a member, you'll get early access to our deep dives.
Not only did Jacky do these disgusting things to students from my secondary school, he also filmed, edited, dubbed over and uploaded a 2-hour documentary showing proof of his crimes. The unedited raw video was only deleted by YouTube once the BBC had notified them of the contents of the video.
I ain't never gonna see these fucking slides.
Get out of my car. Get out of my car. Get the fuck out of my car. Get out of my car. Get the fuck out of the car. Like, not today. Ain't about you today. Get out of the fucking car.
Don't believe everything you hear, baby. Don't understand the problem. Baby, you're not gangsters out here. I promise you. Let it talk. Fuck's sake.
There are also random monologues, sometimes lasting a few minutes, of Jacky rambling about nonsense straight into the camera.
Yeah, you jumped out the hood fucking to do your own motherfucking thing because you thought you loved the people more. You wasn't with the way I was treating them. You thought they deserved it. You thought like you seem to have fallen for these motherfuckers.
He made a 2-hour documentary about himself being a nonce. He only got 4.5 years.
This is England, bro. He only served 2 years.
For fuck's sake.
When it started going dark was when, like, let's just say one day I walked into school and you know our school kind of like, it's like loads of like glass, like it looks like an Apple store, like you can see right through it. So I was walking through the front gate and I see a girl crying who happened to have relations to this guy and was like very close with him. She was crying at reception and pretty much on display for everyone to see. Like, this is the morning, like when we're all going into school, which is kind of weird. Like teachers didn't really like show her or anything. Yeah, I just heard from some girls in our year that so-and-so had been, and that kind of went around school. And it was kind of like different events to the story. Like, unfortunately, some girls in school were saying it's not true. I heard one thing was like, she didn't know it was happening. She thought it was like a bit of foreplay. Like, she didn't understand that she was being by this person. And other people were saying, nah, like, she consented. Like, you can't consent because, again, we're kids. But you know how, like, we are, again, we think we're adults and, like, people are, like, kind of passing judgment and saying, like, she's chatting shit or she's telling the truth. And, like, it was kind of that in school that she kind of had to deal with as well, which is not really fair.
How could he get away with this with school kids? Where were the teachers?
They didn't do fuck all, bro.
Rivers Academy, West London, was unable to prevent Jacky in the summer of 2015 from picking students up in his Range Rover. But was it their fault?
Actually, I'm blaming the teachers. How could the guy be 10 feet away? He was really that close. Literally, zebra crossing. He's parked out there. They're seeing, because the teachers used to be at the gate at the end of it every day after school. And they're seeing kids run over to this blacked out Range Rover. And you're seeing a grown man in the car and you're not doing anything to stop it. I don't know if they did anything to stop it, but I saw that car every day.
Some could argue they were not diligent enough, especially when Jacky parked so close to the school gates. But some of the anonymous friends we interviewed said something that shows the school did try to intervene.
Year 11, so after, summer 2015 and finished, that's when a alert went around the school saying to all the mentors, tutors, whatever,
saying like there's a guy in a
in a Range Rover waiting outside. And if you see him, then report to the school so they can report it to the police, because obviously the school wouldn't be getting what was going on, but I don't think they really disclosed it fully to the students or whoever.
So it was only after everything had happened?
Yeah.
But then again, we didn't really take much of it. I think at the time we were just not very serious. That's sort of puts it into perspective of how serious the situation was, and I'm assuming the school knew about the guy and the dodgy stuff he was doing. When we was around 14, 15, when we found out this stuff, we were just a bit immature and childish about the situation, so we didn't really take it seriously, and I was kind of just joking around then, and we'd just be like, yeah, you're acknowledged and stuff like that.
As insensitive as this sounds, you have to remember, everybody in this video was around 15 during the time of these events. At that age, everything is a joke, especially in school.
How did the police not catch him earlier?
They don't give a fuck, bro. They knew he took a gun to a girl's school fight.
The Felton Park fight was one of many instances where Jacky became involved in the inner lives of the school kids at Rivers Academy.
They're walking away, then you see, bang, literally in the middle, grown-ass man, wearing blue tracksuit jorts. It was Jacky. He was right there, you couldn't miss him.
The entire build-up and aftermath of the fight is documented in the video and also was filmed by Ahmed.
There's meant to be two girls fighting. The next thing you know, Jacky's there. Oh God, bro, this guy's bait-faced there. First, why are you topless, bro? Anyway, he was there, and this is the first time I saw him in real life.
What's that with your beef, man? We're gonna fucking hit the shit out of man tomorrow, yeah?
Literally, I ran home, run straight back out, took the bus, Felton Park, I was running to Felton Park.
I was kind of late, but I saw it as it was kicking off. I had to run like from school over there to over here, and there was like a massive group of kids and like, you know, like a fight, basically, a school fight.
He's got a gun. They said, be careful, he's got a gun. It's true, no? Bro, police came, they said this guy's got a gun, and they were talking about Jacky, and he came to a kids fight in the park with a gun.
His whole rampage could have been stopped if they just gave him a proper sentence the first time they nicked him.
He did 2 years, bro. Playing snooker and table tennis with the other nonces.
It's a fucking joke. I don't think it's productive for anyone to just rot in a cell. But if anyone should, it's these c***s.
It's an absolute injustice and failure of the legal system. When a who did this on camera to multiple girls can get away with this basically. 4 years, that's nothing. It makes absolutely no sense. You can literally see the process of grooming from, you know, oh, this guy always, you know, he's driving around the school. Oh, he became friends with a student. Oh, I see my friend in the, you know, I'll go inside the car. Okay, this guy's a nice guy. Oh, I saw him at the fight, you know. Okay, yeah, sure, you know, we'll go on a date. This process of normalization, it is disgusting, and it's manipulation and, you know, every other word. And we all know this. And the fact that he only got 4 years and was able to be basically put back into the public, that is absolutely wrong. And that's a failure of the justice system without a shadow of a doubt. The domino effect, the ripple effect of this man being let out after 4 years, it's not just this documentary. It's more bizarre and deranged activity, more manipulation, and just more fuckery. I'll be honest, there's no other word to really describe it, I think.
There's a lot of concern in the UK at the moment about the safety of kids. If they really gave a fuck about the kids, they'd start the courts and give proper sentences to these bastards and give repeat offenders life.
Bro, some repeat offenders don't get any time at all.
In the wake of the Hugh Edwards sentencing, we saw that the disgraced BBC newsreader was handed a 6-month suspended jail sentence for possession of indecent images of. We decided on the back of that to launch an investigation to examine the kind of sentences that are handed down to offenders just like Hugh Edwards. And we looked at a time frame over the last 9 months and identified 27 troubling prosecutions. Those individuals, those 27 defendants, all appeared in court, and all of them left court that day having been handed suspended sentences, and some of them are repeat offenders, are walking free from court without any custodial sentences whatsoever. None of them spent a single day behind bars. During our investigations, we've identified a disgraced secondary school teacher called Joshua Pope. He walked free from Plymouth Magistrates Court in July after downloading 786 images of abuse. Ex-Mayor Terry Judkins of Pembroke in Wales, he was also given a suspended jail sentence from Swansea Crown Court for making and distributing indecent images of actor Daniel Frogson. He got an 8-month jail sentence, suspended for 2 years at Nottingham Crown Court after he admitted possessing 845 indecent images of and pensioner George Ottey escaped jail at Norwich Magistrates Court and was given a suspended jail sentence after being caught with 2,500 images and videos. There were other offenders who had downloaded a huge number. One from York Magistrates Court who was found with 360,000 images and yet still walked away from court with a suspended sentence. Another one who was found to have 160,000 images on a number of devices, he too walked away from court a free man. And just to put this into context, we've got petty criminals from December last year up until the period that we're in now, September. We've identified that about 20 defendants, petty criminals that we class them as, were jailed for over 17 years in total. A shoplifter, Jack Baldwin, he was jailed by the city's JPs for 25 weeks. Mark Smith was sentenced at Cambridge Magistrates Court for stealing chocolate from W.H. Smith, and he received a sentence of 28 weeks. So you see the picture is building there, where there is that stark contrast that our investigation has thrown up.
Imagine sitting in a prison cell for stealing chocolate knowing nonces are walking free.
The legal system's a joke, bro. But we'll have to save that for next time.
Hold up, Ted, we gotta do the giveaway.
Leave a comment for a chance to win in our next episode. Let's do this, bro.
Bang bang!
Blah blah.
Pick something from our website and we'll send it straight up.
That's TerraTedsTales.com. Shout out everyone buying the merch, bro.
Go check out Real Life is Wild's piece on this story. We're doing some really great work.
Yeah, bro. And they're from London. Blah blah.
And as always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.